The great hall of the Zephyrian Empire stretched across miles of gleaming metal and crystal. 10,000 years of preparation had led to this moment. Commander Vextar stood before the massive war council, his forearms crossed behind his back as he surveyed the gathered warriors. Each soldier in the room had lived for over 8,000 years, training every single day for one purpose: the conquest of Earth. The blue-skinned aliens moved with deadly grace through the hall. Their bodies had been bred for war across countless generations. Standing nearly 9 feet tall, with enhanced muscles and reflexes that could react faster than most species could think, they represented the pinnacle of military evolution. Every Zephyrian warrior could lift 3 tons, run faster than any Earth vehicle they had studied, and their skin could deflect most primitive projectile weapons. General Korthvan activated the massive holographic display that dominated the center of the hall. The image of a small blue planet appeared, rotating slowly in the artificial light. Earth, the target they had studied for millennia through intercepted radio and television signals. The primitive world that would finally prove the Zephyrian Empire's dominance over the galaxy. Brothers and sisters, Commander Vextar's voice boomed across the hall, translated instantly into dozens of dialects spoken by the assembled forces. Today we begin the final phase of our great work. 10,000 years of training, 10,000 years of preparation, all for this moment. The hologram zoomed in on Earth's continents. Ancient human broadcasts played on smaller screens around the room, showing black and white images of primitive aircraft, simple ground vehicles, and humans in crude military uniforms. The Zephyrians have been intercepting these signals since the early 20th century, building their entire invasion strategy around what they observed. Lieutenant Zekmor, one of the youngest warriors at only 6,000 years old, raised one of his forearms. "Commander, our scouts confirm that the humans have not advanced beyond basic chemical propulsion and simple ballistic weapons. Their largest cities remain undefended from orbital attack." Commander Vextar nodded approvingly. The intelligence reports were consistent. Earth showed no signs of energy shields, no orbital defense platforms, no advanced weaponry beyond what they had observed in those old transmissions. The humans appeared to be trapped in technological stagnation, still fighting with the same primitive tools they had used centuries ago. General Korthvan manipulated the holographic controls, showing Earth's major population centers: New York, London, Tokyo, Moscow. Each city appeared defenseless, with no visible military installations beyond simple airfields and basic radar installations that any Zephyrian ship could easily avoid or destroy. The human military appears to rely entirely on surface-based forces. General Korthvan explained to the assembled warriors. Their aircraft are slow and primitive. Their ground vehicles are barely capable of basic transportation. Most importantly, they have no space-based defenses whatsoever. The warriors in the hall began to stir with anticipation. After 10 millennia of training, the conquest would be almost disappointingly easy. They had prepared for epic battles against worthy opponents, but the intelligence suggested Earth would fall within hours, perhaps even minutes. Commander Vextar walked among the assembled troops, his boots clicking against the polished floor. Each warrior wore the traditional battle armor of their ancestors, enhanced over thousands of years of refinement. The armor could withstand temperatures that would melt steel, deflect energy weapons, and provide complete protection against any chemical or biological attack. Against primitive human weapons, they would be essentially invincible. "Our strategy is simple," Commander Vextar announced. "We will deploy the full invasion fleet in 3 waves. The first wave will establish orbital supremacy and eliminate any primitive aircraft that attempt to respond. The second wave will secure the major population centers. The third wave will begin the systematic occupation of the remaining territories." The Zephyrian fleet consisted of 5,000 warships, each one a masterpiece of ancient engineering. The ships had been built over thousands of years, with technology that had been perfected through countless battles across the galaxy. Their weapons could level mountains, their shields could withstand the heat of a star, and their faster-than-light drives could cross the galaxy in weeks. Captain Jortek, commander of the flagship Dominion, stepped forward. "Sir, our weapon systems are fully charged and ready. Each ship carries enough firepower to destroy an entire continent. Against primitive human defenses, We could conquer the planet with a single vessel. The assembled warriors laughed, a sound like grinding metal that echoed through the great hall. The idea of needing their full fleet against such primitive opponents seemed almost like overkill. But Commander Vextar had insisted on bringing their entire force. 10,000 years of preparation demanded a demonstration of overwhelming power. General Korthven continued the briefing, showing detailed maps of Earth's military installations. Every location had been cataloged and analyzed. The humans possessed no weapons that could penetrate Zephyrian armor, no vehicles that could match Zephyrian speed, and no strategies that could counter 10,000 years of military experience. Their most advanced aircraft move at less than half the speed of our slowest ground troops, General Korthven noted. Their most powerful weapons are chemical explosives that would barely scratch our armor. Their communication systems are so primitive that we can monitor all their transmissions without any risk of detection. The warriors began checking their weapons and equipment. Each Zephyrian carried personal armaments that could level city blocks. Their energy rifles could pierce through solid rock. Their plasma grenades could create craters hundreds of feet wide. And their personal shields could deflect anything the humans might attempt to use against them. Commander Vextar returned to the central platform, looking out over his assembled forces. These were the finest warriors the galaxy had ever produced. Each one had trained for longer than human civilization had existed. They knew every possible combat scenario, every tactical situation, every strategic possibility. Tomorrow we depart for Earth, Commander Vextar declared. In 3 days, we will arrive in their system. Within hours of our arrival, the planet will be under Zephyrian control. After 10,000 years of preparation, the humans will learn what true military might looks like. The great hall erupted in roars of approval. The warriors struck their weapons against their armor in the traditional salute, creating a thunderous rhythm that shook the entire structure. Outside, the massive fleet waited in perfect formation, ready to carry the might of the Zephyrian Empire across the galaxy. As the warriors filed out to make their final preparations, Commander Vextar remained behind, staring at the hologram of Earth, such a small, insignificant world. It seemed almost unfair to bring such overwhelming force against such primitive opponents. But orders were orders, and the Zephyrian Empire would demonstrate its power to the entire galaxy. In less than 72 hours, Earth would belong to the Zephyrian Empire, and 10,000 years of preparation would finally reach their ultimate conclusion. Captain Jake Morrison floated in the zero-gravity command center of Orbital Station New Horizon, his eyes fixed on the massive display screens that showed the outer reaches of the solar system. The station hung in space far beyond Earth's moon, invisible to any conventional sensors and powered by technology that would have seemed like magic just 50 years earlier. Dr. Lisa Park drifted over to Jake's position, her tablet showing readings from the deep space sensor array. The sensors themselves were quantum-based devices that could detect ship movements from dozens of light years away, technology that Earth had developed in complete secrecy over the past 3 decades. The Zephyrian fleet is right on schedule, Dr. Park reported, her voice calm despite the magnitude of what they were discussing. 5,000 ships, just like our projections indicated. They'll reach the outer system in approximately 68 hours. Jake nodded, touching the communication panel that connected him directly to Earth's Defense Command. The signal traveled instantly through quantum entanglement communicators, another piece of technology that the approaching aliens had no knowledge of. Earth had been preparing for this moment for over 40 years, ever since they first detected signs of alien surveillance. On Earth's surface, Defense Secretary Alan Cross sat in a conference room buried 3 miles underground, surrounded by the most advanced computer systems humanity had ever created. The artificial intelligence networks that help run Earth's defense grid were so sophisticated that they could process millions of tactical scenarios every second, adapting and learning at rates no biological mind could match. Status report from all defense stations. Alan spoke into his headset, and responses came back instantly from around the globe and throughout the solar system. Commander Beth Hayes checked in from Luna Base, Earth's hidden military installation, on the far side of the moon. The base had been constructed entirely by automated systems over the past 20 years, using materials mined from asteroids and powered by fusion reactors that produce more energy than entire continents had used in the old days. All lunar defense platforms are fully operational, Beth reported. Quantum torpedo batteries are charged and ready. Stealth field generators are running at full capacity. The approaching fleet won't detect us until we want them to. Chief Engineer Roy Blake monitored the status from Mars Station, humanity's furthest permanent outpost. The red planet had been transformed into a massive industrial complex, its surface covered with automated factories that produce the advanced materials needed for Earth's defense systems. Machines worked around the clock, guided by artificial intelligence systems that could design and build new technologies faster than human engineers could even understand them. Production facilities are operating at maximum efficiency, Roy reported. If we need additional ships or weapons during the engagement, we can have them manufactured and deployed within hours. The technology Earth had developed would have amazed the humans of previous generations. Faster-than-light communication, quantum-powered weapons, artificial intelligence that could think faster than any biological brain, and manufacturing systems that could create complex devices from raw materials in minutes rather than months. But perhaps most importantly, Earth had learned to hide all of this development from alien observers. Every radio transmission, every television broadcast, every piece of electronic communication that left Earth had been carefully crafted to maintain the illusion of a primitive, technologically stagnant world. General Kate Rivers oversaw the deception operations from a facility in Colorado. Her team had spent decades creating false signals and fake transmissions, making sure that any alien surveillance would see exactly what Earth wanted them to see. Ancient aircraft, primitive ground vehicles, simple military installations that posed no threat to an advanced spacefaring civilization. The false signal broadcasts are continuing normally, General Rivers reported during the daily briefing. As far as the Zephyrians know, we're still using chemical rockets and ballistic weapons. They have no idea we've developed quantum drives and energy-based weapon systems. The deception had required incredible coordination. Every real military installation was hidden underground or disguised as civilian infrastructure. Every advanced aircraft was equipped with stealth technology that made it invisible to alien sensors. Every new technological development was classified at levels that prevented any information from accidentally leaking into public communications. Colonel Nick Foster commanded the Orbital Defense Network from a station positioned near Jupiter. The massive gas giant served as both a power source and a hiding place for some of Earth's most powerful defensive systems. Weapons platforms floated in the planet's magnetic field, drawing energy directly from the massive electromagnetic storms that raged across Jupiter's surface. Deep space sensors confirm the alien fleet is maintaining course and speed, Nick reported. They're not using any stealth technology, and their formation suggests they're expecting no resistance whatsoever. Dr. Lisa Park had spent her entire career studying the intercepted alien transmissions that Earth's hidden listening posts have been gathering for decades. The Zephyrians were an ancient species, powerful but predictable. They had perfected their military technology thousands of years ago and saw no need for innovation or change. Their ships are using the same basic design they've used for millennia, Dr. Park explained to the assembled defense commanders. Powerful, but built with technology that hasn't evolved in thousands of years. They're like medieval knights approaching a modern battlefield. Admiral Tony Clark, Supreme Commander of Earth's Space Forces, reviewed the final defense preparations from his headquarters aboard the Hidden Command ship Defender. The vessel was larger than anything Earth had ever built, equipped with weapons that could destroy planets and shields that could withstand the energy output of stars. All defense stations report ready status, Admiral Clark announced. Stealth fleets are in position throughout the solar system. Automated defense systems are online and ready to engage. The moment the alien fleet enters our inner system, we can respond with overwhelming force. The automated defense systems were perhaps Earth's greatest achievement. Millions of small, intelligent drones floated throughout the solar system, each one equipped with quantum processors and energy weapons. They could coordinate their attacks with computer precision, striking from multiple directions simultaneously, while adapting to enemy responses faster than any biological mind could follow. Captain Dan Rivers, Jake Morrison second-in-command on New Horizons Station, monitored the final preparations of Earth's ground-based forces. Even if some alien ships managed to reach Earth's surface, they would find the planet far from defenseless. Sergeant Lucy Bell commanded one of Earth's enhanced infantry units, soldiers whose bodies had been genetically optimized for combat and equipped with powered armor that rivaled anything the aliens possessed. Each suit was essentially a walking tank, equipped with personal energy shields, quantum-powered weapons, and artificial intelligence systems that could process tactical information faster than the human mind could consciously think. Ground forces are ready for any landing attempts, Lucy reported from her base in Nevada. If any aliens make it to the surface, they're going to get a very unpleasant surprise. As the final hours ticked down toward the aliens' arrival, Earth's defenders made their last preparations. The Zephyrian Empire was about to discover that the primitive, defenseless world they had spent 10,000 years preparing to conquer had become something far more dangerous than they could possibly imagine. The stage was set for a conflict that would last exactly 5 minutes and change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. Earth was ready to show the universe that humanity's greatest strength was not staying the same, but never stopping their evolution towards something greater. The Zephyrian Armada dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system, like thunder rolling across the void of space. 5,000 warships, each one the size of a small city, materialized in perfect formation. Their ancient hulls gleamed with the dark metal that had been forged in the heart of dying stars, and their weapon systems hummed with power that could crack continents. Admiral Vextar stood on the bridge of the flagship Dominion, watching the primitive solar system spread out before him on the main display. The third planet from the star glowed blue and green, exactly as it had appeared in their surveillance data for thousands of years. No orbital defenses were visible. No energy signatures from advanced weapon systems. No signs that the inhabitants even knew they were coming. Begin scanning for military installations, Admiral Vextar ordered. His bridge crew moved with the practiced efficiency of warriors who had trained for this moment across millennia. Ancient scanners, reliable and powerful, swept across the solar system looking for any signs of organized resistance. Captain Jorthtek reported from his position at the weapons console. "Sir, planetary scans show the same primitive installations we observed in their transmissions. Simple airfields, basic radar systems, chemical-powered vehicles. No energy weapons detected. No shield generators. No orbital platforms." The Admiral nodded with satisfaction. Their intelligence had been accurate. Earth remained exactly as primitive as their 10,000-year-old surveillance data had suggested. The conquest would proceed exactly as planned, with overwhelming force crushing any attempt at resistance before the humans could even understand what was happening. From Earth's hidden lunar command center, General Kate Rivers watched the alien fleet through sensors that the Zephyrians couldn't even detect. The lunar base was built into the far side of the moon, completely invisible from space and shielded from any conventional scanning technology. Every surface that faced toward the alien fleet appeared to be natural rock and dust, hiding defensive systems that could destroy entire fleets. "Alien fleet has arrived right on schedule," General Rivers reported to Admiral Tony Clark aboard the hidden command ship Defender. "They're conducting standard military scans, but they're not detecting any of our defensive installations." Colonel Nick Foster monitored the situation from his position near Jupiter, where Earth's most powerful weapons platforms floated hidden in the gas giant's magnetic field. The massive electromagnetic storms that raged across Jupiter's surface provided perfect cover for the energy signatures of weapons that could vaporize asteroids. "The alien formation is holding steady in the outer system," Nick reported. "Their ships are using technology that's thousands of years old. Strong but predictable. They're not adapting their tactics to account for anything they might not have seen before." The Zephyrian fleet began moving toward Earth, their ships maintaining the same battle formation that had conquered dozens of worlds across the galaxy. Admiral Vextar was confident in the traditional tactics that had never failed them. Overwhelming force applied at the right moment had always guaranteed victory. Commander Beth Hayes coordinated Earth's response from her hidden position on Luna Base. Around her, the most advanced computer systems humanity had ever built processed thousands of tactical scenarios every second, calculating the optimal moment to reveal Earth's true capabilities to the approaching fleet. "All stealth systems are functioning normally," Beth reported. "The aliens are passing within a few thousand kilometers of some of our outer defense platforms, and they're not detecting anything. Their sensors are powerful, but they're looking for technology similar to their own. Dr. Lisa Park analyzed the alien ships from her position aboard New Horizons Station, which remained completely invisible to the Zephyrian scanners. The station's advanced sensors could examine the alien vessels in detail, revealing construction methods and technology that hadn't changed in thousands of years. Their ships are impressive, Dr. Park reported to Captain Jake Morrison. Built to last a millennia, with weapon systems that could destroy any conventional military force. But they're using the same basic design principles they've used for thousands of years. No adaptation, no innovation, no evolution. The alien fleet reached Mars and began final preparations for planetary assault. Admiral Vextar deployed his forces according to battle plan that had been rehearsed countless times over the past 10,000 years. The first wave would establish orbital control, the second wave would secure major population centers, and the third wave would begin systematic occupation of the entire planet. Chief Engineer Roy Blake watched from his hidden position on Mars as the alien fleet passed directly over the planet's surface. Below them, massive automated factories continued their work, invisible to alien scanners and producing the advanced weapons and equipment that Earth's forces would need for coming engagement. Alien fleet is maintaining standard formation, Roy reported. They're not adapting their tactics at all. They clearly expect no significant resistance from Earth's forces. Captain Dan Rivers coordinated with ground-based forces as the alien fleet began its final approach to Earth. Hidden beneath mountains, underground facilities, and camouflaged installations, millions of Earth's most advanced defensive systems waited for the signal to reveal themselves. Sergeant Lucy Bell and her enhanced infantry units waited in underground bunkers that appeared on alien scanners as nothing more than natural cave systems. Each soldier wore powered armor that was invisible to conventional sensors, equipped with weapons that operated on principles the Zephyrians had never encountered. Ground forces are in position and ready for engagement, Lucy reported. If any alien ships make it past our orbital defenses, they're going to find Earth's surface much less welcoming than they expect. Admiral Vextar gave the final orders as his fleet entered Earth's orbital space. Begin the invasion. First wave, establish orbital supremacy and eliminate any primitive aircraft that attempt to respond. Second wave, prepare for planetary assault on major population centers. The alien warships moved into attack formation, their weapons charging with energy that could level entire cities. Their sensors showed the same primitive, defenseless world they had expected to find. No advanced military installations. No energy shields. No orbital defense platforms. Nothing but a backward planet that would fall within hours. From his position aboard the Defender, Admiral Tony Clark watched the alien fleet move into the carefully prepared trap. Every Earth defense system remained hidden, waiting for the perfect moment to demonstrate that the primitive, defenseless world the aliens expected to conquer had become something far more dangerous than they could possibly imagine. All stations, prepare for immediate engagement, Admiral Clark ordered. The moment they begin their attack on Earth, we show them what humanity has really become. The Zephyrian invasion fleet reached low Earth orbit, confident in their overwhelming superiority and 10,000 years of military experience. They had no idea that they were about to face an enemy that had spent the past 50 years developing technology and tactics specifically designed to counter everything they thought they knew about warfare. In exactly 5 minutes, the balance of power in the galaxy was about to shift forever. The first Zephyrian dropships entered Earth's atmosphere exactly as planned, their ancient hulls glowing red-hot as they descended toward major population centers. Admiral Vextar watched from the flagship as hundreds of invasion craft moved toward their targets. New York, London, Tokyo, Moscow all appeared defenseless and ready for immediate occupation. Captain Jake Morrison received the final clearance from Admiral Tony Clark aboard the Defender. The moment every Earth Defender had trained for was finally here. All stations, you are cleared to engage. Show them what we've really become. The aliens' first shock came when Earth's stealth fighters appeared seemingly from nowhere. Lieutenant Amy Wells led Squadron Alpha in their quantum-powered interceptors, ships that had been orbiting Earth completely invisible to alien sensors. The fighters moved faster than the Zephyrians thought possible, accelerating at speeds that would crush any biological crew that didn't have Earth's advanced inertial dampening systems. "Contact! Contact!" shouted Captain Jortek from the weapons console of the Dominion as dozens of human ships materialized on their scanners. "Sir, we're detecting unknown aircraft moving at impossible speeds. Our sensors show they're using some kind of energy-based propulsion system we've never encountered." Admiral Vextar stared at the tactical display in disbelief. The primitive humans were supposed to be using chemical rockets and basic aircraft. These ships were moving faster than most Zephyrian fighters and seemed to appear and disappear at will. Lieutenant Amy's squadron struck the lead dropships with weapons that operated on principles the 10,000-year-old Zephyrian science couldn't comprehend. Quantum torpedoes phased through the aliens' ancient shields as if they didn't exist, striking the ship's hulls with precision that no biological pilot could achieve. "Dropship 7 is down. Dropship 12 is down," reported Commander Zekmore from his position monitoring the invasion forces. "Sir, the humans are using weapons that our shields can't stop. Their attack patterns are too precise, too coordinated. It's like they're being controlled by some kind of advanced computer system." Dr. Lisa Park's automated defense systems activated across Earth's orbital space. Millions of small, intelligent drones that had been floating dormant throughout the solar system suddenly came online, revealing themselves as they began systematic strikes against the alien fleet. Each drone was equipped with artificial intelligence that could process tactical information faster than any biological mind could think. The drones moved in perfect coordination, striking from multiple angles simultaneously, while adapting their attack patterns faster than the Zephyrian crews could respond. What had seemed like empty space around Earth was suddenly filled with deadly, intelligent weapons that appeared to think and react with computer precision. Admiral Vextar watched in growing horror as his invasion fleet began to take massive casualties. "This is impossible. Our intelligence showed no orbital defenses, no advanced military technology. Where did these weapons come from?" Commander Beth Hayes coordinated the defense from Luna Base. Her hidden installation, finally revealing itself as massive weapon batteries, emerged from what had appeared to be natural lunar landscape. The moon itself had become a fortress, equipped with weapons that could destroy capital ships with single shots. "Lunar-based weapons are online and engaging," Beth reported to Admiral Clark. "The alien ships are trying to adapt their tactics, but their response time is too slow. Our computer-coordinated attacks are overwhelming their biological reaction speed." The Zephyrian warriors who managed to reach Earth's surface found themselves facing an enemy they hadn't expected. Sergeant Lucy Bell and her enhanced infantry units emerged from underground installations that had been completely invisible to alien scanners, wearing powered armor that made them look like walking tanks. Each human soldier moved with inhuman speed and precision, their actions coordinated by artificial intelligence systems that could process battlefield information faster than any Zephyrian warrior could consciously think. What should have been an overwhelming alien advantage in physical capability was instantly neutralized by technology that enhanced human performance beyond biological limits. "Ground assault teams are under attack by unknown human forces," reported Lieutenant Corvex from the surface near New York. "Sir, these aren't the primitive humans we expected. Their weapons are penetrating our armor. Their movements are too fast and too precise. It's like fighting machines that look like humans." Chief Engineer Roy Blake activated Mars Station's hidden weapon systems, revealing that the Red Planet had been transformed into a massive military installation. Automated factories that had been producing advanced weapons and equipment for years suddenly began launching swarms of intelligent missiles toward the alien fleet. "Mars Station weapons are online," Roy reported, launching automated hunter-killer drones toward the alien fleet. Each drone is equipped with adaptive AI and quantum-based weapon systems. Colonel Nick Foster engaged from his position near Jupiter, where weapons platforms that had been hidden in the gas giant's magnetic field began firing energy beams powered by the planet's own electromagnetic storms. The massive energy discharges could destroy multiple alien ships with each shot. "Jupiter Station engaging with full power," Nick reported, using the planet's magnetic field to generate weapons-grade energy beams. "The alien fleet is taking heavy casualties and trying to withdraw. Our weapons have longer range than anything they possess." Captain Dan Rivers coordinated Earth's orbital defense platforms as they revealed themselves throughout the solar system. What the aliens had thought was empty space was actually filled with hidden weapons, stealth ships, and automated defense systems that had been waiting for this exact moment. All defense stations are now active and engaging, Dan reported. The alien fleet is completely surrounded. They expected to find a primitive, defenseless world, but instead they've flown into the most advanced defensive network in the galaxy. Admiral Vextar realized with growing panic that his 10,000-year preparation had been based on completely false intelligence. The humans weren't primitive at all. They had been deliberately hiding their true capabilities. Every transmission his people had intercepted, every signal they had analyzed, had been carefully crafted to create the illusion of a defenseless world. All ships, begin immediate withdrawal, Admiral Vextar ordered, his voice showing the first hints of fear his crew had ever heard. The humans have weapons and technology we don't understand. Our entire invasion strategy was based on false information, but it was already too late. Earth's defenders had anticipated this exact response and positioned their forces to prevent any retreat. The Zephyrian fleet found themselves trapped in a carefully prepared killing zone, surrounded by weapons they couldn't see coming and couldn't defend against. Dr. Lisa Park monitored the engagement from New Horizons Station, watching as 10,000 years of Zephyrian military tradition collapsed in the face of human technology that had evolved specifically to counter everything the aliens thought they knew about warfare. Alien fleet is attempting to retreat, Dr. Park reported to Admiral Clark. But they're discovering that our quantum-based weapons have much longer range than their conventional systems. We can strike them anywhere in the solar system. In less than 4 minutes since the engagement began, the most powerful invasion force in galactic history was being systematically destroyed by an enemy they had completely underestimated. The Zephyrians were about to learn that while they had spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of war, humanity had spent 50 years learning to transcend every limitation they had ever faced. In the span of exactly 5 minutes, humanity demonstrated why their rapid evolution made them the most dangerous species in the galaxy. What had begun as a confident alien invasion became a complete rout, as Earth's hidden defenses revealed the true extent of human technological advancement. Chief Engineer Roy Blake's artificial intelligence systems coordinated a defense that moved at computer speed, while the Zephyrian warriors still relied on biological reflexes trained over millennia. Every human weapon system was connected to quantum processors that could calculate millions of tactical scenarios simultaneously, adapting to alien responses faster than any living mind could follow. AI coordination systems are operating at full efficiency, Roy reported from Mars Station, as automated weapons platforms throughout the solar system began working together with perfect synchronization. The alien fleet is trying to use traditional evasive maneuvers, but our computer systems are predicting their movements before they make them. Admiral Vextar watched his carefully planned invasion dissolve into chaos as human weapons struck with precision that defied belief. Ships that had survived countless battles across the galaxy were being destroyed by enemies that seemed to know exactly where they would be before they arrived there. "Sir, their weapons are hitting us before we even change course," reported Captain Jortek from the Dominion's bridge. "It's like they can see the future. Every evasive maneuver we attempt, they're already targeting that exact location." The quantum-based sensors that Earth had developed could indeed predict Zephyrian movements with near-perfect accuracy. By analyzing the physical properties of the alien ships and the behavioral patterns of their crews, the AI systems could calculate exactly how they would respond to each threat and position weapons accordingly. Captain Dan Rivers coordinated Earth's counterattack from New Horizons Station as human ships that had been previously concealed throughout the solar system revealed themselves and began pursuing the fleeing Zephyrian fleet. Each human vessel moved with the coordinated precision of a computer-controlled swarm, striking from multiple directions simultaneously. All stealth fleets are now active in pursuing retreating alien forces, Dan reported to Admiral Tony Clark. The enemy is discovering that we've been hiding ships throughout the entire solar system. They're completely surrounded and outnumbered by forces they never detected. Lieutenant Amy Wells led her squadron of quantum-powered fighters in a coordinated strike against the alien flagship. The Dominion was the most powerful warship the Zephyrian Empire had ever built, protected by shields that could withstand the energy output of stars. But human weapons operated on principles that made those shields completely ineffective. Target the flagship with quantum torpedoes, Amy ordered her squadron. Our weapons will phase right through their shields and strike the hull directly. Their defensive technology can't protect against attacks that exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The quantum torpedo struck the Dominion's hull with devastating effect. The ancient Zephyrian shields, designed to deflect conventional energy weapons, offered no protection against weapons that could phase in and out of normal space-time. Explosions rippled across the massive ship's hull as critical systems began failing. Admiral Vextar felt his flagship shaking under impacts that shouldn't have been possible. Damage report. How are their weapons penetrating our shields? Sir, our shields are still functioning normally, reported the damage control officer, his voice filled with confusion. But their weapons appear to be bypassing our defensive systems entirely. It's like they're attacking us from dimensions we can't even detect. Commander Beth Hayes coordinated the systematic capture of alien technology from Luna Base, while Dr. Sam Green began analyzing Zephyrian biological makeup in real time from his research station hidden in the asteroid belt. Earth scientists had developed scanning technology that could examine alien physiology from thousands of kilometers away, providing detailed information about their physical capabilities and limitations. Alien biological scans are complete, Dr. Green reported to the Defense Coordination Network. Their physical enhancements are impressive, but they're still limited by biological reaction times. Our computer-coordinated attacks are operating thousands of times faster than their nervous systems can process information. The few Zephyrian warriors who had managed to reach Earth's surface before the orbital battle began found themselves facing opponents that move with inhuman precision and coordination. Sergeant Lucy Bell and her enhanced infantry unit struck with perfect timing, their actions synchronized by artificial intelligence that could coordinate thousands of simultaneous attacks. Each human soldier was essentially a living weapon system, their powered armor equipped with sensors that could track multiple targets simultaneously and weapons that could adapt their ammunition type based on real-time analysis of enemy defenses. Against alien warriors who relied on 10,000 years of training and biological enhancement, the technology-augmented humans were overwhelmingly superior. Ground engagement complete. Lucy reported from the battlefield near London where a Zephyrian dropship had attempted to land. Enemy forces neutralized with 0 human casualties. Their personal armor couldn't withstand our quantum-enhanced weapons, and their reaction times were too slow to counter our coordinated attacks. Major Carl Stone monitored the overall engagement from Earth's Deep Space Command Center, watching as the most feared military force in the galaxy was systematically dismantled by human technology they had never imagined possible. Enemy fleet is down to 60% combat effectiveness and falling rapidly, Carl reported. Their ships are trying to retreat, but our long-range quantum weapons can strike targets anywhere in the solar system. They have nowhere to run. The Zephyrians, bred for warfare over 10 millennia, found themselves completely outmatched by a species that spent mere decades developing exponentially advancing technology. Every advantage they possessed, superior physical strength, enhanced reflexes, thousands of years of combat experience, was negated by human innovation that had transcended biological limitations. Colonel Pete Walsh led Earth's pursuit forces as they began chasing down the retreating alien ships. Human vessels that could accelerate faster than anything the Zephyrians possessed closed the distance rapidly, striking with weapons that could destroy ships from ranges the aliens couldn't even detect. Pursuit forces are engaging retreating enemy vessels, Pete reported. Their fastest ships are still slower than our standard interceptors. We can catch and destroy their entire fleet before they escape the solar system. Admiral Vextar made the desperate decision to surrender rather than watch his entire fleet be systematically destroyed. The proud Zephyrian Empire, conqueror of dozens of worlds, was forced to broadcast a surrender message to enemies they had expected to defeat within hours. Human forces, this is Admiral Vextar of the Zephyrian Empire. We surrender. Please cease your attacks. We yield. The transmission reached Admiral Tony Clark aboard the Defender, and for the first time in 5 minutes, the systematic destruction of the alien fleet paused. Clark looked at the tactical display, showing the scattered remnants of what had once been the most powerful invasion force in galactic history. All Earth forces, cease fire. Maintain defensive positions, but do not pursue retreating vessels, Admiral Clark ordered. We've made our point. Let the survivors carry word back to their empire about what they found here. As the 5-minute engagement came to an end, the results were clear and devastating. The Zephyrian Empire's greatest military force had been completely defeated with 0 human casualties. The aliens' 10,000 years of preparation had been rendered meaningless by human technology that had evolved far beyond anything they could have imagined. The galaxy was about to learn that Earth was no longer the primitive, defenseless world it appeared to be, but had become something far more dangerous than any species had ever achieved before. By minute 3 of the engagement, Admiral Vextar realized with growing horror that his 10,000-year preparation had been based on a fundamental misunderstanding. The humans weren't primitive at all. They had been actively concealing their true capabilities, conducting the most successful deception operation in galactic history. "Sir, we're receiving reports from all battle groups," Captain Jortek announced, his voice trembling with disbelief. "Fleet losses are approaching 70%. The humans are using weapons and tactics we've never encountered. Our entire strategic doctrine is useless against their technology." The Zephyrian Empire had built their military strategy around the assumption that technological development followed predictable patterns. Species advanced slowly over thousands of years, perfecting proven technologies through gradual refinement. The idea that humans could develop completely revolutionary technology in mere decades had never occurred to them. Colonel Pete Walsh coordinated Earth's counterattack as human ships emerged from hiding places throughout the solar system and began systematically hunting down the scattered remains of the Zephyrian fleet. Each human vessel was equipped with quantum drives that could accelerate faster than any conventional physics should allow, closing distances in seconds that should have taken hours. Pursuit groups Alpha through Echo are engaging retreating alien forces. Pete reported to Admiral Tony Clark aboard the Defender. Enemy ships attempting to reach hyperspace jump points, but our quantum-powered interceptors are faster than their conventional drives. The surviving Zephyrian ships tried desperately to reach the edge of the solar system, where they can engage their hyperspace drives and escape. But Earth's defenders had anticipated this exact scenario and positioned quantum weapon platforms at every possible jump point, creating a defensive network that covered the entire system. Commander Beth Hayes monitored the systematic capture of alien technology from Luna Base, while coordinating with recovery teams throughout Earth's hidden installations. Every piece of Zephyrian equipment, every damaged ship component, every piece of data from their computer systems was being analyzed by artificial intelligence systems that could reverse engineer alien technology faster than the original builders had designed it. "Recovery operations are proceeding ahead of schedule," Beth reported. "Our AI systems are already analyzing captured alien technology and identifying potential improvements for our own defensive systems. Their weapons are powerful, but based on principles that are thousands of years old." Dr. Sam Green led the biological analysis teams from his research facility in the asteroid belt, using quantum scanners to examine captured Zephyrian warriors without even bringing them aboard human ships. The scanning technology could analyze alien physiology down to the cellular level from thousands of kilometers away, providing complete biological profiles in real time. "Zephyrian biological analysis is complete," Dr. Green reported to the Defense Coordination Network. "Their physical enhancements are impressive by biological standards, but they're still limited by organic nervous systems that process information at biological speeds. Our computer-enhanced reflexes are operating hundreds of times faster than their enhanced biology can match." The few Zephyrian ground forces that had managed to reach Earth's surface before the orbital battle began found themselves trapped in a nightmare they couldn't understand. Human soldiers appeared and disappeared like ghosts, striking with perfect coordination from directions that sensors couldn't detect. Lieutenant Corvex, leading a Zephyrian assault team near Tokyo, broadcast a desperate report back to the fleet. "Sir, the human ground forces are using some kind of advanced camouflage technology. Our sensors show empty terrain, but then weapons fire comes from positions that should be impossible. It's like fighting invisible enemies." Sergeant Lucy Bell and her enhanced infantry units moved through the urban environment with the fluid precision of a perfectly choreographed dance. Each soldier's position was coordinated by artificial intelligence that could track every human and alien in a 50-kilometer radius simultaneously, ensuring that no friendly fire incidents occurred while maintaining overwhelming tactical superiority. Ground engagement in Sector 7 complete. Lucy reported from her position overlooking Tokyo Bay. Enemy forces neutralized. Their personal shields couldn't stop our quantum-enhanced weapons, and their tactical coordination was no match for our AI-assisted battle management systems. The Zephyrian warriors, despite their 10,000 years of training and biological enhancement, found themselves outmatched by human technology that augmented every aspect of combat performance. Where the aliens relied on individual skill and ancient tactics, the humans fought as components of a vast, coordinated system that thought faster than any biological mind could follow. Major Carl Stone analyzed the overall tactical situation from Earth's command center, watching as the most feared military force in the galaxy collapsed under the weight of human innovation they had never imagined possible. Enemy fleet coherence has completely broken down, Carl reported to Admiral Clark. Individual ships are attempting independent retreat, but our long-range tracking systems are monitoring every vessel. None of them will escape the solar system without our knowledge. Admiral Vextar made the agonizing decision to order a complete retreat, abandoning thousands of years of military tradition in the face of an enemy that defied every assumption his people had made about warfare and technology. All remaining ships, immediate withdrawal to hyperspace jump points. Vextar ordered, his voice carrying the weight of absolute defeat. Do not attempt to engage human forces. Do not attempt rescue operations. Every ship for itself. Reach the jump points and return to Zephyrian space immediately. But Earth's defenders had prepared for this exact scenario. Captain Jake Morrison coordinated with hidden weapons platforms positioned at every hyperspace jump point in the solar system, creating a defensive network that could prevent any alien ship from escaping without explicit human permission. Jump point defense platforms are online and tracking all retreating alien vessels. Jake reported from New Horizons Station. We can prevent their escape or allow selective vessels to depart, depending on our strategic objectives. Dr. Lisa Park had spent the entire engagement analyzing Zephyrian technology, tactics, and communication patterns. The data gathered during the 5-minute battle provided more intelligence about alien military capabilities than Earth had collected during decades of covert observation. Complete tactical analysis of enemy forces is now available, Dr. Park reported to the command network. We have detailed specifications for their weapons, shields, propulsion systems, and communication networks. If we encounter other Zephyrian forces in the future, we'll know exactly how to counter every system they possess. The systematic destruction of the Zephyrian invasion force sent shockwaves through the scattered alien survivors, warriors who had never known defeat, who had conquered dozens of worlds across the galaxy, found themselves completely helpless against human technology that operated on principles their ancient science couldn't comprehend. Commander Zek Moore, one of the few surviving officers, broadcast a warning to any Zephyrian ship still attempting to approach Earth. All units, abort the invasion immediately. The humans are not primitive. Repeat, the humans are not primitive. They possess weapons and technology far beyond our capabilities. Recommend immediate withdrawal from human space. Admiral Tony Clark made the strategic decision to allow some alien ships to escape, ensuring that word of Earth's true capabilities would reach the Zephyrian Empire and discourage any future invasion attempts. Allow approximately 10% of the surviving alien fleet to reach hyperspace jump points, Admiral Clark ordered. We want survivors to carry word back to their empire about what they encountered here. The best way to prevent future invasions is to make sure every species in the galaxy knows that Earth is no longer defenseless. As the remnants of the once mighty Zephyrian fleet limped toward the edge of the solar system, the magnitude of their defeat became clear. The most powerful invasion force in galactic history had been completely destroyed in 5 minutes by an enemy they had completely underestimated. The galaxy was about to learn that humanity had evolved far beyond anyone's expectations, becoming something more dangerous than any species had ever achieved. As the last surviving Zephyrian ships fled beyond Earth's solar system, General Kate Rivers and her command staff gathered in the underground facility that had coordinated the most successful military deception in galactic history. The silence in command center was almost overwhelming after 5 minutes of intense combat that had changed the balance of power in the galaxy forever. Major Carl Stone reviewed the engagement data on the massive display screens that covered the command center walls. Numbers that seemed almost impossible to believe scrolled across the monitors. Enemy fleet strength reduced by 93%, zero human military casualties, complete tactical superiority achieved in under 5 minutes. Final battle assessment is complete, Carl reported to the assembled commanders. Zephyrian losses: 4,650 ships destroyed, 312 ships heavily damaged, 38 ships escaped to hyperspace. Human losses: 0 military casualties, minor damage to 2 outer defense platforms. The magnitude of the victory was almost difficult to comprehend. The most powerful invasion force in galactic history had been effectively destroyed by an enemy they had completely underestimated. Every assumption the Zephyrian Empire had made about human capabilities had proven catastrophically wrong. Admiral Tony Clark studied the tactical reports from his position aboard the command ship Defender, reviewing the systematic dismantling of an enemy that had prepared for 10,000 years to conquer Earth. The battle had validated every aspect of humanity's long-term defense strategy. Preliminary analysis confirms our tactical projections were accurate, Admiral Clark announced to the Defense Coordination Network. The aliens' reliance on ancient, unchanging military doctrine made them predictable opponents. Their inability to adapt to new technology during combat was their greatest weakness. The captured Zephyrian commander Vextar sat in a detention cell aboard Captain Jake Morrison's orbital station New Horizon, staring at the walls in stunned disbelief. Everything he believed about human civilization, everything his empire had spent millennia preparing for, had been revealed as elaborate fiction. Dr. Lisa Park entered the detention area, carrying a tablet containing detailed analysis of the engagement. As Earth's leading expert on alien psychology and technology, she had been tasked with explaining to the captured commander exactly how completely his people had been deceived. Commander Vextar, Dr. Park began, settling into a chair across from the alien prisoner. I imagine you have questions about what just happened to your invasion fleet. The Zephyrian commander looked up with eyes that reflected millennia of military tradition crashing against the reality of total defeat. Your species was supposed to be primitive. Our surveillance showed chemical rockets, basic aircraft, simple ground vehicles. How did you hide such advanced technology? Dr. Park activated her tablet, showing recordings of human military installations that had been carefully disguised to appear primitive to alien observers. We detected your surveillance operations over 40 years ago. Every radio transmission, every television broadcast, every electronic signal that left Earth was carefully crafted to maintain the illusion of technological stagnation. The screen showed the elaborate deception that had required the coordination of every government on Earth. Real military installations hidden underground, advanced aircraft equipped with stealth technology, manufacturing facilities disguised as civilian infrastructure. The entire planet had become an elaborate stage designed to fool alien observers. You've been watching actors performing for your benefit, Dr. Park continued. Every piece of technology your people observed was deliberately obsolete. We kept museums of old aircraft and vehicles specifically to maintain the deception. Meanwhile, our real military development proceeded in complete secrecy. Commander Vextar struggled to process the implications. But why? Why go to such elaborate lengths to appear weak? Because we learned that the galaxy is full of species like yours, Dr. Park explained. Ancient empires with overwhelming military power, and the assumption that younger species pose no threat. We decided it was safer to let you underestimate us than to reveal our true capabilities and potentially face coordinated attacks from multiple galactic powers. Captain Jake Morrison joined the conversation, bringing additional data about Earth's technological development. The orbital station around them hummed with quantum-powered systems that operated on principles the Zephyrian Empire had never encountered. Your people spent 10,000 years perfecting military technology, Jake explained to the captured commander. That's impressive, but also made you predictable. You assumed that technological development was slow and linear, that species advanced gradually over. Jake activated a holographic display, showing Earth's technological timeline. The progression from basic spaceflight to quantum-powered weapon systems had occurred in less than 50 years, a rate of advancement that violated every assumption the Zephyrians had made about technological evolution. Humans don't perfect technology and then stop advancing, Jake continued. We constantly innovate, constantly adapt, constantly evolve. While your people were training with the same weapons and tactics for millennia, we were developing entirely new principles of physics and engineering. Commander Vextar stared at the timeline in growing comprehension. You deliberately allowed us to believe you were weak, so we would attack with tactics designed to fight a primitive enemy. Exactly, Dr. Park confirmed. Your entire battle plan was based on fighting humans with chemical rockets and ballistic weapons. You had no strategy for dealing with quantum-powered defenses, AI-coordinated attacks, or weapons that operate in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The revelation was devastating to everything the Zephyrian commander had believed about his empire's military superiority. His people had spent 10,000 years becoming the ultimate expression of ancient military doctrine, but they had failed to evolve beyond the limitations of their original assumptions. Chief Engineer Roy Blake provided additional technical analysis from his position on Mars Station, where automated systems were already reverse engineering captured Zephyrian technology and identifying ways to incorporate useful elements into Earth's defensive systems. Alien technology assessment is complete, Roy reported to the command network. Their weapons and defensive systems are impressively powerful, but based on scientific principles that are thousands of years old. Our quantum-based systems operate on physics they don't even understand. Colonel Nick Foster coordinated the cleanup operations from his position near Jupiter, where hidden weapons platforms were systematically collecting debris from destroyed alien ships and analyzing every component for intelligence value. Recovery operations are proceeding efficiently, Nick reported. Every piece of alien technology is being cataloged and analyzed. We're learning more about Zephyrian military capabilities from this engagement than decades of covert observation provided. Commander Beth Hayes supervised the analysis of alien communication intercepts from Luna Base, where Earth's most advanced computer systems were decrypting thousands of battlefield transmissions to understand Zephyrian tactical doctrine and strategic thinking. Communication analysis reveals that alien forces were completely unprepared for our level of technological advancement, Beth reported. Their battlefield communications showed total confusion and disbelief at encountering weapons and tactics they had no training to counter. Dr. Lisa Park turned back to Commander Vextar, whose understanding of the galactic balance of power was fundamentally changing with each new piece of information. Your empire will need to completely reconsider its assumptions about human capabilities. We're not the primitive species you expected to conquer easily. What do you intend to do with this advantage? Commander Vextar asked, perhaps begin to understand that Earth now possessed military capabilities that could threaten any empire in the galaxy. Captain Jake Morrison smiled, expression that somehow managed to be both friendly and deeply unsettling to an alien who had just witnessed his people's greatest military force destroyed in 5 minutes. That depends entirely on how other galactic powers choose to interact with humanity, Jake replied. We prefer peace and cooperation. But as your invasion fleet discovered, we're perfectly capable of defending ourselves against any threat. The captured Zephyrian commander was beginning to realize that his people's failed invasion had revealed Earth as the most dangerous military power the galaxy had ever seen, capable of technological advancement at rates that made ancient empires obsolete within decades rather than millennia. 6 months after the 5-minute war that changed galactic history, Ambassador Helen Price stood on the bridge of the diplomatic vessel Harmony as it approached the Zephyrian homeworld. The ancient empire that had once seemed invincible now appeared as a collection of aging worlds struggling to understand how their greatest military triumph had become their most devastating defeat. Admiral Tony Clark accompanied the diplomatic mission aboard the escort ship Guardian, not as a conqueror seeking revenge, but as a demonstration of humanity's new role in galactic politics. The small fleet that surrounded the diplomatic vessels represented technology that could reshape the balance of power across dozens of star systems. Zephyrian Traffic Control is requesting our approach vector, reported Captain Lisa Wells from the Harmony's bridge. They're using standard galactic protocols, but their communication systems seem hesitant. Ambassador Price understood the hesitation. The Zephyrian Empire was receiving its first official diplomatic contact from the species they had attempted to conquer, the species that had revealed military capabilities beyond anything the galaxy had previously imagined possible. On the surface of Zephyros, Commander Vextar worked alongside humans and knowledgists in a research facility that would have been unimaginable just months earlier. The former invasion commander now served as a cultural translator, helping human scientists understand Zephyrian society, while learning about the technological revolution that had made his people's military doctrine obsolete. Dr. Sam Green led the xenological research team that was documenting Zephyrian culture and technology for Earth's growing database of galactic civilizations. The information gathered during the failed invasion had provided humanity with detailed intelligence about dozens of alien species and their military capabilities. Cultural integration protocols are proceeding successfully, Dr. Green reported to Ambassador Price via quantum communication link. Commander Vextar has been instrumental in helping us understand Zephyrian social structures and military traditions. The knowledge exchange is benefiting both species. The research revealed fundamental differences between human and Zephyrian approaches to technological development. Where humans constantly innovated and adapted, the Zephyrians had achieved what they considered perfection thousands of years ago and saw no need for further advancement. Commander Vextar himself struggled to comprehend humanity's approach to technology and warfare. Your species develops new weapons faster than we can understand the old ones, he explained to Dr. Green during one of their daily briefings. By the time we analyze one of your innovations, you've already moved on to something completely different. General Alan Cross established the new galactic defense protocols from his headquarters on Earth, coordinating with military installations throughout human space as Earth took its place as the dominant defensive power in the local galactic region. Defense grid expansion is proceeding on schedule, General Cross reported to the Global Defense Council. We're establishing monitoring stations throughout the local star cluster, ensuring that no hostile force can approach any inhabited system without our knowledge. The quantum sensor networks that Earth deployed could detect ship movements across dozens of light years, providing early warning of potential threats while demonstrating humanity's technological reach to any species that might consider aggressive action. Captain Jake Morrison commanded the Orbital Defense Station New Horizon 2, a massive installation that dwarfed its predecessor and served as both a military headquarters and a symbol of Earth's transformation from potential victim to galactic protector. All monitoring stations report normal operations, Jake announced during the daily security briefing. No hostile fleet movements detected anywhere in the local galactic region. Word of our defensive capabilities appears to have discouraged any potential aggressors. The psychological impact of the 5-minute war extended far beyond the Zephyrian Empire. Intelligence reports from across the galaxy indicated that dozens of species were reassessing their military capabilities and strategic assumptions in light of humanity's demonstrated technological superiority. Colonel Pete Walsh coordinated Earth's new role as mediator in galactic conflicts from his position aboard the mobile command platform Peacekeeper. Human intervention in interstellar disputes had become increasingly common as other species recognized Earth's overwhelming military advantage and neutral diplomatic stance. Mediation mission to the Centauri conflict is complete, Pete reported to Admiral Clark. Both sides accepted our proposed settlement after we demonstrated our weapon capabilities. No shots fired, no casualties on either side. The pattern was becoming common throughout the local galactic region. Species that had been locked in centuries-old conflicts were suddenly willing to negotiate when faced with human mediation backed by technology that could end any war in minutes. Commander Beth Hayes supervised the expansion of Luna Base into a massive training and research facility where human military personnel worked alongside aliens from dozens of species, sharing defensive technologies and tactical knowledge that benefited the entire galactic community. Interspecies military cooperation programs are exceeding all projections, Beth reported to Earth's Defense Council. Representatives from 47 different species are currently participating in joint training exercises and technology development programs. Dr. Lisa Park continued her research into alien psychology and technology from her new position as Director of Galactic Studies, coordinating humanity's rapidly expanding knowledge of interstellar civilizations and their diverse approaches to science and warfare. Comparative technology analysis indicates that humanity's rate of advancement is unprecedented in galactic history. Dr. Park reported to the Global Science Council. Most species develop technology over thousands of years, while we've achieved breakthrough advances in mere decades. The fundamental difference in developmental approaches was becoming clear. Where most galactic civilizations perfected existing technologies through gradual refinement, humanity constantly sought entirely new approaches to old problems, leading to exponential advancement that left other species struggling to keep pace. Ambassador Price concluded her diplomatic mission to Zephyros with agreements that would have seemed impossible just months earlier. The ancient empire that had once planned Earth's conquest now sought humanity's protection and technological assistance. Diplomatic accords with the Zephyrian Empire are complete. Ambassador Price reported to Earth's government. They've requested membership in the Terran Defense Alliance and formal technology sharing agreements. The transformation from enemy to ally is complete. Admiral Clark established a new galactic security framework from his headquarters aboard the massive command ship Protector, coordinating defensive operations across multiple star systems while maintaining the delicate balance between protection and intimidation. Galactic Security Protocol 7 is now in effect. Admiral Clark announced to the assembled fleet commanders, "We will respond to any aggressive action against any member of the Terran Defense Alliance with immediate and overwhelming force." The alliance had grown rapidly as species throughout the local galactic region sought the protection that only Earth's advanced technology could provide. What had begun as humanity's defensive preparations against a single invasion had evolved into a comprehensive security network covering dozens of star systems. Chief Engineer Roy Blake supervised the massive construction projects that were transforming Mars into the industrial heart of human space, with automated factories producing advanced offensive systems for Earth's growing network of allied species. Production capacity has increased by 300% over the past 6 months, Roy reported to the Alliance Industrial Council. "We can now provide advanced offensive systems for any species that joins the Terran Defense Alliance." As the first anniversary of the 5-Minute War approached, Dr. Lisa Park prepared her final analysis of the conflict that had changed galactic history. The report would become required reading at military academies across dozens of worlds, a case study in the dangers of underestimating rapid technological evolution. Conclusion: the Zephyrian invasion failed not because their military was weak, but because they prepared for the wrong war. Dr. Park wrote in her final report, "They spent 10,000 years training to fight the humans they thought we were, while we spent 50 years becoming the humans they never imagined we could be." The new galactic order that emerged from humanity's unexpected victory established Earth not as a conqueror, but as a protector. The species that had been dismissed as primitive had become the most advanced military power in the galaxy, demonstrating that the greatest strength was not perfecting ancient traditions, but never stopping the evolution towards something greater. The 5-Minute War had ended with Earth's victory, but the real triumph was the peace that followed. A peace maintained by the knowledge that humanity's greatest weapon was not their advanced technology, but their unwillingness to ever stop advancing beyond whatever limitations others might try to place upon them.